Happy Father's Day! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, a Brady Hollywood home on a budget. How you guys doing today? Yesterday I did a few videos to celebrate Father's Day weekend. The first one, Cook's Country's Best Grilling Recipes, was done to honor my best friend David's dad, David Sr., who quite obviously had a way to show off his grilling chops. Now it's time to hop over the other side of the fence back to this side of eternity and enter the Monster Garage. If you don't know what the Monster Garage is, that's where host Jesse James and his posse of peculiar car mechanics have 1 week at $3,000, max, never going over, to make over everyday run-of-the-mill suburban vehicles, including emergency vehicles, and turn them into tricked-out monster creations. This book, Inside Monster Garage, written by Ken Voss, highlights all the builds, skills, and thrills, and even takes you behind the scenes. This comes complete with a pull-out poster of Jesse James way in the back. It was purchased for $7.99. My dad, just like so many dads, had a passion for construction and cars. So for this Father's Day treat, I decided to combine the two passions, and as far as I'm concerned, as a hobbyist, I don't know what my dad would like more. So here we have a Monster Garage set tour where all the action takes place. A list of key monster tools to be on the lookout for during this tour. The stuff that they use to trick out all the vehicles that come inside their garage in California. Along with a set of rules. 3 of them. When built, the monster machine must appear to be stock. The team can spend no more than $3,000 in cold cash for parts. Jesse and his crew have 7 days and nights. On the first day, they design. For the next 5, they build. And on the 7th day, they race. If successful, each team member walks away with a $3,400 set of Mac tools, and the clock starts now. Just to give you an idea of what Monster Garage is all about, they could turn an eco tracker into a hot air balloon. They could turn, I don't know, an ambulance into a monster wheelie machine. I'm gonna highlight a few of my personal favorites, even though I never watched Monster Garage, but I'm pretty sure my dad did. He favored American Chopper more, but I think he had a soft spot for Monster Garage. Let's start with recreational vehicles. Oh, and by the way, the transformations are categorized into categories such as recreational vehicles, off-road, utility, municipal, these are the everyday run-of-the-mill vehicles, and maintenance. So they run the gamut. They can transform Zambonis, they can transform Winnebagos, and they attempted to transform a hearse. It was a project that was, well, dead on arrival. But let's go ahead and highlight my favorite first. Transforming a school bus into a party bus. The team consists of Jesse James and a variety of car experts from across the country. They vary from episode to episode, but they give you the vehicle itself. They give you a whole bunch of quotes and anecdotes on the transformation and the result of the design and planning process. You'll find these quotes here from Jesse James and his team of experts, and they give you the specs for each vehicle to start with, before and after. Vehicle, engine, transmission, suspension, brake, steering, paint, wheels, and monster specs. The vehicle up for transformation is a 1989 Ford 20-passenger school bus. Height 7 feet 10 inches, width 7 feet, length 24 feet, weight 7 tons, 14,150 pounds. In a week, they transformed this everyday school bus into a party bus. Well, actually more of a party boat. Anyway, in vivid photography, permeating every single page, they give you the transformation process. Plus, some random monster factoids about the vehicles themselves, and their places in Americana. Plus final thoughts from Jesse. And of course, like any good TV show companion book, they give you a glimpse into what happens behind the scenes. Lights, camera, whack. There's almost as much action behind the Monster Garage cameras as there is in front of them. So this is the crew responsible for filming and post-production and planning, all that good stuff. This, by the way, was produced by Original Productions, the company responsible for 1,000 Ways to Die on Spike TV, which is my favorite of their productions, one of my dad's favorites, Deadliest Cats, and a whole slew of other good stuff. Tom Beers, who sounds a little bit like my dad if you ever listen to his voice, is the executive producer. And you'll get to know him and Jesse James in the book as well. Next up, A high-speed attack. Rescue 911. The mission: to accelerate from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds in an ambulance while rising into a full wheelie. Transforming an ambulance into a monster wheelie truck. This is the build, and this is the challenge. Pretty darn cool. By the way, each year the New York City Fire Department makes more than 1.2 million ambulance runs. That's run every 30 seconds. Unlawfully rented 4x4 vowels. The mission: take a Chevy Suburban, transform it into a wedding chapel, and find a couple willing to get married in it. I want it loud, says Jesse James. That's right, transforming the Suburban into a wedding chapel and finding a couple. Find the Discovery Channel's challenge to find couples who would get married in the most unorthodox way in Vegas, and have them get married in a private ceremony behind the Stardust Hotel in Vegas. There you go. The couple to draw: Chris Wade and Sarah Kilborn from Charlotte, North Carolina. They won Discovery's contest, and Jesse James performed the ceremony. By the way, the couple were discovered, quote-unquote, by legendary showman Wayne Newton. Captain of the Monster Garage, ordained minister. I think Jesse James can fix just about anything, except his marriage to Sandra Bullock. No grill will ever match the shame of blowing up a marriage to an Academy Award winner. But whatever, he's remarried, she's long been on the rebound, so at least one of them is having a good day in their love lives. And finally, the saga of the Grim Reaper. That's right, transforming the Grim Reaper on 4 wheels into a Grim Reaper. This was a project that was not meant to be because of a fire that happened before they could finish up the work. They were 90% done when a huge fire broke out. So they took the car to the appropriately named Terminal Island. It was dropped into a car crusher and destroyed in a giant pyrotechnic display worthy of some Wagner opera. Notably, this was their first failure. I think it's because the spirits don't want anything to do with a hearse on steroids, meaning a hearse that was used to transport souls to their final resting place, turning into a racing machine that can obviously become the final resting place for those who don't use it properly. So, there's that. Exclusive behind-the-scenes photos, interviews, stories, the whole shebang. Uncover everything about the skills, thrills, and drama of more than 20 vehicle transformations, plus in-depth vehicle specs, before and after photos, other transformed vehicles from past and present, and the men and women of original productions and Discovery who produced Monster Garage. 5 days, $3,000. Can't do that, it's not an option. Let the sparks fly. It's the ultimate backstage pass to the garage, where host Jesse James, along with great gearheads from coast to coast, turn ordinary cars into extraordinary machines. Well, 19 out of 20 in this case. This retails for $19.95 in the US and $29.95 in Canada, and earns 5 out of 5 claps. Whatever price you encounter for this, pay up, sucker. I think it's worth it. My only regret is not having shown Dad this. I think he would have flipped out. He was 61 years old and had a zest for life. Yes, it deteriorated a little bit towards his final years, but it never fully went away. I like to think wherever he is now, he has his very own dream chop shop, and he's right up there, working on his dream cars that he'll ride into the eternal sunset. And with that said, I want to take a moment on camera to thank you guys for all your condolences. When I announced that my dad passed, many people reached out through Facebook and Instagram, and a couple people here on the channel. I appreciate it. Ironically, I'm wearing the same shirt that says respect here that I wore to Dad's memorial service. So, I'll wrap it up with the words I said to my dad at the memorial service. He's earned his racing stripes. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the Thrift Side.